Hi, I'm Samantha Seaborn. I attend City Church at Northside, and I'm the missions director here in Panama City, Florida. So you could say that the last few years have been a little tough for us at City Church. And it didn't start just at the pandemic. Back in October of 2018, we experienced a major hurricane, a Category 5. Hurricane Michael struck Panama City pretty hard, and it affected our church body. During that time, there was a lot of hurt and a lot of pain and a lot of people that didn't have hope. And we just want to share that story with you guys today. But during that time, we also experienced a pandemic, just like the rest of the world. And to be hit with a double whammy is extremely hard whenever you're trying to minister to your own church body and your own community when you've been hit hard yourself. So after Hurricane Michael, it not only affected our community, but it affected our staff. Our pastor lost his home, our worship pastor lost his home, our youth pastor lost his home, and I lost my home as well. During that time, we had major damage to our church facilities. About 2/3 of it were heavily damaged. We had our roofs lifted up and tossed back down, our steeple ripped off, and just major damage that made it structurally unsound. So what I had to do as a missions pastor is I had to go, what do we need to do here? How do we need to serve? And our pastor said, you know what, Samantha? We need to focus on people over our property. People versus our property. Let's take care of them first, and God will provide the rest. So once we decided people over property, God began to move in our lives, and we started doing things here at City Church. First thing we did was we opened up a relief center right here at our facilities that weren't damaged as bad. We had everything from toilet paper to diapers to formula to food, anything that our community needed, because several of the community were still trapped in their homes and not able to get the necessities that they needed. We did as far as loading up our vehicles, going into the community and tossing diapers over trees just to get to them, just to get the needs to them. After that, we began to see church groups from different states, and we don't even know where or how they found out about us. Clearly it was the Lord. And they came, we housed them, and during that time they were able to assist with tarping homes, gutting out homes, helping our community when we were hurting ourselves. And so for us to be able to be that housing for these volunteers coming in was a huge blessing. After that, we continued to rebuild Panama City one home at a time. So after Hurricane Michael, we were in full recovery mode. During that time, a few years later, a pandemic just happened to hit our world, and that struck us hard. It was a double whammy. And we're like, Lord, what do we do during this time? We're trying to assist people in their time of need, and now a pandemic. It was overwhelming for us, but we wanted to serve in the best way that we could. So we decided to open up our own facilities, our worship center that was gutted completely. As you can see, our children's building was completely gutted as well. We're still in the recovery, and we're trying to get creative. So we decided to turn our worship center into a laser tag. We have had student ministries to be able to come over, and during this stressful time of a pandemic, having to constantly wear a mask or constantly be socially distanced. They could still be socially distanced, but with a laser tag gun. And so we decided to go ahead, turn that into that, open up the space, and it really has been a blessing to our community and to our own student ministry and children's ministry. Honestly, it's pretty amazing to see, but at the same time it's odd because this is the place I was baptized and married in. So as we've been going throughout these past few years and focusing on people over property, there's one testimony that I want to leave with you today, and that is that the God behind us is greater than the task before us. Our pastor has constantly reminded us of that. And no matter what trial you may be facing, the God behind us is greater than anything that you're going to come across. He's the one that we need to turn to. He is our hope.